So I'm going to break down my analysis of this study into 3 parts. And these 3 separate series, I want to make it just into short segments so it's more bite-sized. This is part 2 of our 3-part series on this insomnia study. Don't forget to watch part 1 first to understand why this research matters, who participated, and how the study was conducted before we dive into the results in part 2. In part 2, I'm going to go over the herbal formula that they used, what herbs were in there, and what was also measured, and the sleep results, and what were the effectiveness of the treatments, of the 3 groups of treatment. And this is insomnia with anxiety. How did the anxiety do after the treatments? Then I'm also going to go over the whole truth. The whole truth means what was the flaws of this study? What's the flaws in general of every clinical study? So let's dive in. What was the herbal formula? Like I said, it's 柴胡疏肝散. And here are the herbs, the single herbs in this formula. 柴胡、白芍、香附和川芎、陈皮、炙甘草. We use these single herbs in my proprietary sleep formulas that we use for our patients, which gets phenomenal results. This is important. The study tested this complete formula. So the participants were given this formula. They were not given these single herbs. This formula was already pre-made for them, and they took it. So what was measured? The PSQI questionnaire. Like I said, this was a questionnaire, right? So they would just ask the participants overall sleep quality, time needed to fall asleep, the amount of sleep, time asleep while in bed, nighttime disturbances, daytime functioning, overall sleep problem score. This is the range of 0 to 21. The lower the score, the better the sleep. So this is all subjective. This is all their own feelings. That's why it can be misleading as well. But here's the thing. When you go to your physician and they give you a Lunesta, Ambien, or some sleep medications, or any medications, what do? Do they do blood work every single time? No, they don't. They only do blood work at your annual physical once a year. What do they do when you go in for the follow-up? They just ask you how you're doing. So for people to poo-poo this questionnaire, you are poo-pooing Western medicine, because Western medicine is based only on symptoms. Next time you go to your physician, see what they do. They just ask you questions. Oh, how are you feeling? How's your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10? It's all your feeling, your thoughts, your input. And based on your opinion, they give you a medication, or they increase the dose, or they switch medications. Because next time you go to your physician for insomnia, they give you Lunesta. Just see what they do. See if they run any tests. See if they do take your blood every single time. Do they? They don't. Why? Because they also depend on your symptoms only. Then, based on your subjective finding, your subjective experience, they prescribe a treatment plan. So this study, I believe, mimics what you would experience in your Western medicine clinic. This is not what you would experience in our clinic. Our clinic is a little different. We do diagnostics, but we also value your input, but we add that, your subjective, and we have our own objective data. When you come to our clinic, first of all, we never give you just one formula for 4 weeks for every day. No. We give you a mixture of a formula for 1 week, and then you come back and we're going to reassess. We ask your subjective feelings, how's your sleep, but we also have our own diagnostics. And we combine those 2 information, and then we update your prescription. We never give people the same formula week to week. And that is one of the reasons why we're the #1 rated acupuncture wellness clinic in the entire North America. So what was not reported in this study? Objective overnight sleep testing. So no objective testing was done. EEGs, polysomnography, brainwave, none of this was done. So the study shows that people felt and reported that they slept better. It does not prove that sleep architecture changed. This is wording from a scientist and medical researchers. They want machines to prove that you're feeling better. So let's think about this. Blood test is also a machine, right? Have you ever gone to your physician and you did a pre-blood work, or you did a pre-sleep analysis, and then you go back to the physician 6 months later or 3 months later, and they do another blood work, and the blood work improved? So your physician, right here, it does not prove the sleep architecture change. You did another sleep study or whatever, EEG, sleep monitoring, right? And all of this machine analysis says you're doing better. Your sleep is better. Your sleep should be better. The quality, everything should be better. But then when he asks you, or when she asks you, you still feel like crap. But they're like, no, 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 you can't. That's impossible. Your blood work, your stool test, your saliva test, your sleep study, all of this, it all improved, drastically improved. You should be sleeping better. And you're trying to tell your doctor, I'm not. You're trying to tell the doctor, I don't care what the machine says, or the blood work says, I don't feel better. Have you ever experienced that before? We hear that from our patients every single day because physicians, Western medicine, rely too much on machines. I'm not saying don't do those. I love those tests. Don't get me wrong. Remember, I love those tests. That brings out the biochemist in me. But those tests themselves are not sufficient enough. But physicians, Western medicine, they live and die by those. So if your blood work is better, you should be feeling better. If you tell them you're not feeling better, what do? For those of y'all who have experienced this, you know exactly what I'm about to say. So what's the scenario? You do follow-up testing, and the testing shows that you should be better, but you yourself feel symptomally the same or maybe even worse. And you tell your physician that, your physician doesn't believe you, and they write you another script. And you know what that script is for? Antidepressant. They think it's all in your head. You're making it up. So they give you another medication so that you stop making things up. If you have a physician that does that, change. Find another physician. Okay. All right. Let's come back to this study. What's the main results? So remember, the PSQI is based on the participants' feedback. So the participants' feedback, again, you want it to be lower. So the scores between 0 to 21, you want it to be as close to 0 as possible. So in the first group, they went from an average of 15 down to 8.11. That's 46% lower. That's acupuncture plus herbs. Now in the second group, herbs only, they dropped from 15 to 10. That's 33% lower. And the medication group, the Lunesta group, they dropped 32%. So what does this information mean? For those that think traditional Chinese medicine herbs are useless, that they don't work, well, they're just as effective as medication. They're just as fast as medication as well. To me, when I see this data, that's what it tells me. Chinese herbs are just as effective as medication. And then you add in acupuncture to that, it becomes even more effective. And here's the thing, this is done in a laboratory. We have seen this also in our clinic. 20 plus years I've seen this. Actually, we've seen even better. Our results with acupuncture and herbs only, we treat some patients with herbs only. It's beyond 33% improvement. We see double improvement. In general, 80 to 90% improvement when we combine acupuncture and herbs. Or herbs only. If you're thinking, do I need to get acupuncture? Why is the herbs only not as effective? Here's one of the reasons. I don't know about this study, but I can just tell you from my own clinical experience, 20 plus years of treating thousands of patients with insomnia. Here's what I have observed. Remember, in these 4 weeks, these participants were given the same herbal formula every single day. What did I just say a few minutes ago? In our clinic, we never give the same herbal formula every single week to a patient. After we give a formula to a patient, their organs change. So if their organs are changing, shouldn't the prescription change also, right? At least that's what we believe. That's how I do it, Jimmy Acu Sensei style, and that's how my team still does it. They execute my systems. And that's why we see a better improvement than what this research did. So I'm assuming, this is my belief, it's not proven, I'm just using my clinical experience on real people, that the reason why they only saw 33% improvement in this study, because some of those participants, their liver probably got better with taking that formula. And there was another root cause that formula did not address. So results kind of just like getting better, and they just kind of plateaued. That's my assumption, because that's what I've experienced early on in my career. So in our clinic, it doesn't matter if the patients get acupuncture, herbs, or herbs only, the results, 80 to 90% superior than medications. And I haven't even talked about the real benefit. This is just 4 weeks of doing treatments. They didn't monitor the insomnia of those 120 participants. What happened to their insomnia afterwards, after they stopped that 1 month, the 4 weeks of treatments? I don't know what happened here. I can tell you what happens in our clinic. In our clinic, when a patient comes to us and we actually help them restore their organ function, we take them off our treatments. We take them off acupuncture. We take them off herbs. We take them off supplements. And guess what their body does? their body functions again by itself and their sleep is maintained by themselves as long as they do the exercise, diet, and lifestyle modifications that we taught them. Let me ask you this. Has any insomnia patient, any person who relies on medication for sleep, you take them off the medication, has any of those people, has their sleep back to normal? I guarantee you 0%. They are stuck on that medication for the rest of their lives. That's just a difference. But hey, I'm just reporting the data. What you want is up to you. Okay, reported effective rates. The apparent differences did not pass the study's statistical test. So the first group, acupuncture and herbs, saw a 90% improvement. The Lunesta saw an 80% improvement. The herbs saw a 75% improvement. Okay, it was not statistically clear. So what does that mean? What does this mumbo jumbo mean? That just means this study cannot say that acupuncture and herbs is superior to Lunesta. It cannot say that. I can only tell you from my personal clinical experience of treating thousands of patients and my team clinical experience. I can tell you acupuncture and herbs in our clinic. I am not saying in every acupuncture clinic because we practice Jimmy Acu Sensei TCM. We don't practice TCM that was taught in acupuncture school, in Chinese medicine school. I had to create my, I would say, update TCM 2.0. And so we practice very differently. And I can tell you in our clinic in the 20 plus years, acupuncture and herbs or herbs only far superior than medication. Not just for helping you get a better quality sleep, but again, like I said, what happens when you stop the treatment? How strong was the improvement? So what up here is either healed or significantly improved. In the first group, they saw an 82.5% improvement. For the herbs only, they only saw a 67.5%. And for the medication, they saw a 70%. You have to really understand the word healed is very misleading. Medication does not heal you. You don't believe me? Just stop taking it and see what happens. See if your organs start to heal itself. I guarantee you they won't. Okay, what did healed actually mean? Sleep returned to normal or exceeded 6 hours per night with sleep as described as deep and refreshing. That's what they define as healed. This is with treatments. Remember, they did not observe the participants when they stopped the treatments. That's why you can see up here, they classify 5 people was healed with medication. Okay, so you have to understand definition of words. It's very crucial that you don't be misled by the words that clinical, that research, evidence-based medicine uses. It can be very deceiving. So healed does not mean your body goes back to doing it by itself. It means while you're receiving treatments, you have an improvement, your sleep improved to 6 hours per night. That's all it means for healed. That's not my definition of healed. That is just a symptom improvement. That's not fixing any problem. That isn't proof of fixing any problem. Like I said, this research is lacking. Significantly effective is substantial improvement. That means including more than 3 additional hours of sleep. It's effective, symptoms improve, but sleep increased by less than 3 hours. 7 aspects of sleep improve. So this is what the PSQI was measuring. Overall sleep quality, falling asleep, amount of sleep, sleep efficiency, night, waking, daytime problems, overall sleep score. Okay, it's all self-reported. Anxiety results, they were monitored in 8 weeks. 39% reduction in anxiety, 37 with herbs only, and 39% with Lunesta. So it's about the same. But again, you have to understand. Now, this one was done after up to week 8. So that means they did 4 weeks of treatments and they stopped the treatments. Or at least that's my assumption. They did not clearly say that. But my assumption is at week 4, they stopped treatments, waited another month, and then they asked, hey, how's your anxiety, right? And so all 3 were doing better. Well, here's also some information that you may need to think about. All 3 groups, their sleep quality improved in those 4 weeks of treatments. Do you think your anxiety will be better if you are sleeping better? Right? So just a little tidbit. All right, the whole truth, what the study cannot prove. I like transparency. My team, one of our core values is transparency. I live my life with transparent. I've already mentioned before, a lot of medical research is not transparent, only show you what they want to show you. They only want to get the proof to prove that they are right and everybody else is wrong. I've already mentioned how many flaws are in this study. It's not perfect. It's not double-blinded. It's not a random controlled trial. Still great information. But here's what the naysayers, people who are pro big pharma and so-called evidence-based, they're going to say, hey, the sample's too small. There's only 40 people per treatment group. Well, in research, you only need 40 total. It's not blinded, correct. It's not double-blind study. It's subjective sleep. You see, I've already mentioned all of the flaws. I don't hide the weakness just because I do have a bias because I am a TCM practitioner and I have real life experience of patients getting better on TCM compared to medication. But still, I'm going to tell you all the weaknesses of this study and also the weaknesses of TCM. Limited safety study, short duration, it was only 4 weeks. Unequal attention, assignment method, it wasn't randomly controlled. There was no diet control. There was nothing controlled in their diet. These are all the flaws with this study. So don't take it as the Bible. But who do you trust? Like I said, trust real people, real life people, not people who went to a laboratory to be a participant and the study was done in a controlled environment, right? So how can you actually apply this if you have chronic insomnia? That's what I'm going to break down in part 3. I'll show you what you can do at home by yourself, which I'd say is about 60 to 70% of it, and when you may need help from a practitioner. Stay tuned for part 3 to learn how to put these findings into practice.